In this trading video tutorial, I want to teach you how to use professionally the indicator called Parabolic Sar. Parabolic Sar. So we are looking at how to use parabolic Sar indicator. Alright, so let's first get the parabolic on the platform, on the chart. So how do we get this parabolic Sar on the platform? It's simple. We first have to go to insert, and when we go to insert, we come to indicators, and when we come to indicators, we go to trend. Parabolic is a trend, it's a trend indicator. We go to trend, and here it is. We click on it, it pops up this. So the parameters for the parabolic Sar, the step is 0.02 and the maximum is 0.2, and then the style, which is the color. Anytime you see style on the MT4, it represents colors, so you can choose the color that you so wish, and here you can increase the font of the parabolic, and then okay, then here we are. So this is how we get the parabolic onto the chart for our analysis. This parabolic Sar, it comes in the form of dots. It comes in the forms of dots. In all the time frames, it comes in the form of dots. So it's called parabolic Sar dot or parabolic dot. Parabolic Sar is perhaps one of the most straightforward indicators. It includes many other things in itself because it functions as a resistance and as a support at most times. It shows reversals. Also, it is the easiest indicator to explain and even to use. Most of the indicators actually focused on catching the beginning of a new trend, but the parabolic Sar indicator does more than that. Now let's look at the parabolic Sar, which will help us to be able to identify where a trend ends, and with good timing entries and exits. So these are the dots here. I will explain them as to how they work or how they help us in terms of support, resistance, trend reversals, and all that. The parabolic Sar dots help us to determine where a trend might end with possible reversal points or points, which with the SAR, with the SAR you can see parabolic SAR, which stands for stop and reversal. The SAR on one hand stands for stop and reversal. The dots or points on the chart indicate potential reversals in the price movement of a particular currency pair or any other tradable instrument, be it commodity, be it indexes, be it futures, any tradable instrument. It works the same way, and it can be used for all. Let us now look at how to professionally use the parabolic SAR to trade. The significance about the parabolic is its simplicity. It is one of the most simplest indicators to use. It is so simple. It is so simple that it's just like drinking a cup of water. That does not really require you to think much. That is how simple this indicator is. So I believe anybody can use it very well for entering trades and exiting trades. Alright, this is how it works. When the dots appear below, okay, let me take the history. When the dots appear below, say here, okay, you can see the dots here. Okay, when they appear below this price trend, the price line, or when they appear below the candlesticks, then it is a buy signal. Then it indicates a buy signal. When the dots or the points appear above the price trend or the trend or the candle sticks, then it is a sell signal. Then it is a sell signal. The most important thing to note here is that when the dots appear below the price line or the trend, then it's indicating a buy trend. And when the dots appear above the price line or the price or the trend, then it indicates a signal for a sell. This indicator is very easy to understand because it shows only two things. It shows only two different things. Which are the price going up or the price going down. Of course, that is a trader's priority. That is what a trader always wants to know. That is what a trader always wants to know. It is a good indicator for long term as well as short term. For example, even if we come to 30 minutes time frame, you will find out that it works the same way. When the dots appear up here, the trend goes down. When the dot appears down here, the trend goes up, which means a buy trend. And as we can see now, the trend, the dots are appearing above the price or the trend or the candle sticks, which indicates, or it's indicating a sell trend. So basically, this is how it works. If you see the dot up, then it is an indication that the price will be selling or markets will be going down. And you can see the proof here that when the dots were appearing above the trend or the price or the candlesticks, market sold. On the other hand, when the dots appear below the trend, the price trend, or appears below the candlesticks, all throughout, market was buying and it's still buying. So these are the two main things that the parabolic SAR tells us about prices. That is when to sell and when to buy. So to sell is when the dot appears so that it is above the candlestick or the line chart or the trend or the price trend. Then it indicates a sell trend. And when the dot appears below the price trend or the candlestick, then it indicates a buying trend, which we can see even now. So these are the two main things about parabolic SAR which we need as traders. Now, it is not advisable to use parabolic indicator when market is flat or moving in a side way or when prices are consolidating. Let's see if we can get one of such to see what I mean. Good. For example, it is not good to use parabolic SAR strategy of trading when market is trading in a sideway like it's doing right now. From here you can see it's trading in a sideway or is consolidating. It's consolidating, it's trading in a very tight range. This way it is not good to use the parabolic. So to be able to avoid fake breakouts like these ones, never try to trade the parabolic this way. Alright, I'll take you deeper so that we'll see the reason why. Now this indicator is not 100% guaranteed profiting indicator. It's 60 to 70% guaranteed at most. Now let's look at it as to what is the best time to actually trade the parabolic, or to the best times to trade using the parabolic SAR. It is best used when market is really trending, when market is very volatile, and when market is very trending. Market can actually be volatile but may not necessarily be trending, but it's important that market is trending. Let me explain. When market is trending, it means that it's going one direction for a long time. Then we say that market is trending. When that is happening, it's best to follow the parabolic dot. Now this dot, depending on the time frame, each dot will represent that particular time frame. For example, if we are in 30 minutes time frame chart, each dot here represents 30 minutes. What it means is that every 30 minutes a dot appears. Every 30 minutes a new dot will appear. If we go to 1 hour, each dot here represents an hour. Every 1 hour a new dot will appear. This dot appeared about 8 minutes ago. Well, 8 minutes ago. So this is one thing that you have to also note about the parabolic SAR. If we go to 4 hours, let's change the pair. If we go to 4 hours, each dot here represents 4 hours, each of them. So you can imagine the number, the hours that what this trend has stayed, and even here. Alright, so let's continue to look at what is in store when using the parabolic SAR or the parabolic dots in trading. Now let's look at when do you enter a trade and when do you exit the trade with this indicator, with the parabolic dot strategy of trading, or how to use the indicator. The time frame you may use depends on your trading strategy. If you are a scalper, then you may use a shorter time frame, for your entries and your exit. If you are a day trader, then it's okay to use the 1 hour time frame and the 4 hour time frame. Preferably use 1 hour for entry and exit in the short time trading, which means that at least the trade is gonna stay there for about 6 hours. And for day trading, it's going to stay there for about, say, between 6 hours to 24 hours before a reversal, or even more. Alright, the entry, it's simple. For example, when the dot appear say below here, then it is going for a buy. It indicates a buy trend. So all you need to do is to enter a buy trend. Once the dot gets kicked from here and then it appears below the price line, then it indicates a buy trend. So you place your buy. Now you'll find out that if, say, you notice this kick here of the parabolic dot and you entered a buy and you left it till now, that will be giving a lot of money. So that is for the buy, or for the buy signal. Then for a sell, when the dots get kicked from here, bottom to top, immediately the dot appears here above the trend, then you enter a sell. Let's say if we had entered a sell from here to somewhere here, when it reversed, we would have made a lot of profit. So the entry point for a sell is when the first dot appears. Even if it's the second, third, fourth, is still fine to enter. But it's best to enter between the first and the fourth dot. It's always better to enter at the first dot appearance, or the second, or the third, or the fourth. If you want to enter, say, somewhere here, then it's important that you check with other indicators before confirming if the trend will continue or not. Then for a buy, once the dot appears below here, below the trend, then you enter. The same thing for a buy. It's important, or it's best to enter between the first, second, third, or what, the fourth dots appearances. So always take note. But if you want to still enter the trade, probably maybe you catch it somewhere here, then it's important that you use other indicators to confirm the continuation of the buy trend before placing the trade. But simply, timing is important in trading. So if you see the dot, then you place your trade, and then you allow it to run. So that is how you enter a sell trade using the parabolic dot, and that is how you enter a trade for a buy trend using the parabolic dot. Now let me again try to explain something a little bit further here. The reason why it's okay to, or why this dot can confirm a sell trend, is because this dot is as a resistance. This dot is as a resistance, so immediately it appears, it means that the price has been resisted from continuing to buy. You can see that it was buying. It has been resisted from buying, so a reversal will have to follow. So what happens? It reversed downward. It reversed downward. This is a fake out. This is a fake out. So this is a fake out. Then also, when it appears below the trend, it represents support. It means that this dot here is representing support, which means that the price has been supported from going below, from continuing the downtrend, and has been supported to reverse upward. That is why I said earlier on that this parabolic indicator includes other things in itself, and one most important thing that it does is that it shows us is the support levels and the resistance levels. Alright, so now if we catch that, if we understand how to enter the sell and how to enter the buy, good. You can look at it, you can see it, the evidence is clear. Even if we go back to check the history, you will find out that this indicator is a very powerful indicator, and it requires a lot of patience. It needs a lot of patience. For example, if you catch here when the dot appeared up here and you enter a sell, just look at it, you will be in throughout till say somewhere here, and if you still continue with it, you're still going to make a lot of profit. And if you take your profit and you follow it up again, you are still going to make a lot of money, but it requires a lot of patience. Alright, now that we know how to place a sell, when to enter a sell position using the parabolic dots indications, and when to place a buy using the parabolic dot indications. Now let's look at it. How do we protect the trade? How do we protect that investment? How do we actually protect the investment. That is, where do we place our stop losses? It is very easy to place a stop loss when trading using the parabolic SAR indicator. Now for a sell, when the dot appears above the trend, and then you place a sell position, your stop loss will have to be here, just above what? The first dot. Just above the first dot. Let me take that again. If the dot appears above the trend and it indicates a sell, or it gives a sell signal, and you place your trade for a sell, your stop loss will have to be just a little bit above or exactly on the first parabolic SAR dot, the parabolic dot. Okay, let me demonstrate by using, let me draw the horizontal line. I mean here, where this horizontal red line is. So you have to place your stop loss on this sell position at this price. You will see the price here. All you need to do is to go for the horizontal line and draw it exactly on top of the first parabolic dot, and then the price will show here. We actually looked at how to place stop losses already, so I think you should be able to do that easily. Then you place your stop loss here to protect what? Your investment or your account. Then if it is a buy trade, when the dot appears here and you place a buy trade, let's take this, your stop loss will have to be right below the first dot. So you can see, once you draw this horizontal line, it will show you the price to enter for your stop loss. So basically, this is how to place a stop loss for a buy position, and this is how to place a stop loss for a sell position. And if you want to move this horizontal line, just double click on it. It will show this white knob. Then you can manipulate it up and down. Let's say probably you want to place it exactly here, or you want to place it a little bit above. Then you can actually manipulate it that way. And if you want it to be stable, you double click, that white knob goes, and then now it's static. So even to delete it, you double click, and then the white knob comes. Then you can right click on it, and then you delete it. The same, you double click, and then you right click, then you can delete. Alright, so this horizontal line also helps us to get the accurate price above or where actually we want to place the stop losses. Alright, so basically that is how you place trade on the parabolic SAR. So let me take let me take it once again. This strategy works. This indicator serves as a strategy as well. So for a buy position, for a buy position, when you want to take your profit. So now let's look at how to exit the trade. Actually, now we're looking at how to exit the trade using the parabolic dot. Probably let's come to 1 hour. Okay, let's use the same 4 hour. It's fine. For a buy position, when to exit the trade on a buy position is when the first dot or the second or the third appear above the candlestick. Mind you, for a sell, we will be coming this way, so we are already in profit. Sorry, for a buy. Okay, for a buy, we are already coming this way, so we are already in profit. Then the reversal comes. When the reversal comes, the dot comes above. The dot appears above the trend or the candlesticks, right? When the dot appears above the candlestick or the price trend, you exit the trade because the trend is reversing. So you either take your profit immediately the first dot appears, or the second, or the third. But latest by the third dot, you should take this buy profit. You should take this buy profit. Then you go with the sell. Then you go with the sell. Then you enter a new trade for the sell. For a sell position, for you to exit your trade, that is to take your trade or to pick your profit, for a sell position, when the first or the second or the third dot appear above, right? When it appears above here, above the candlestick, then it is for what? A sell. So the opposite is true. When the dot appears below the candlestick, then it means that a buy signal is coming. A buy signal is coming. So what do? You exit between the first, second and third dot appearances. You exit the sell, or you close the sell trade, because by then the sell will be in profit. then you follow it up again. Then also, if you are using this indicator for your entry and your exit points, it is easier to take your profit when you appreciate it and re-enter. But if you are trading in the long run, then you can also use risk reward ratios. You can actually use risk reward ratios, but the simplest to avoid a fake breakout like this is to make sure immediately the first dot, the second, the third appears as a reversal, you take your sell position out of the market so that you can follow the buy position. And if you are buying, immediately the dots appear above the price candlestick, you take your buy profit so that you can follow the sell trend. So basically, this is how the parabolic SAR works. It is good for both short-term and long-term trades. It works the same way in all the time frames. It works the same way on other on other currency pairs, or be it mineral, be it future, be it commodity. In fact, all the tradable instruments, the parabolic works the same way. For example, in the daily time frame, for gold versus US dollar, it has just started a new buy. So if, let's say, you are in a sell position, by now you have to get out, take your profit, and place a buy. So this is an indication that gold is buying now. So you place your trade. For example, you place your trade for a buy. Okay, so we place a trade for a buy here, and then we place the stop loss here. So let's draw the horizontal line here so that we can get the actual price. So we place a stop loss at 1212.80, 1212.80 cents. So we have placed a stop loss right below here. Okay, so the horizontal line is covering it. So let's take it out. We double click this white knob comes, and then we move the cursor, we click on the chart, and then we can move it out, and then we can right click and delete it. So you can see that the trade is running now, and with this there is no doubt that it is going to give profit. One thing also that I would like you to know is this: if you are trading with parabolic SAR, you have to be very patient, and hardly will it take your stop loss. Hardly. So it is 60 to 70% guaranteed in profit when you practice and use it effectively. So you'll find out that here the trade is protected. And if you can take a look, let's say here you had placed a buy here when the dot kicked here and you place your stop loss here. This trade has run all from here, you can see all from here to here. It did not reverse against this dot. So it means that once it reverses against here, then it will continue going down. But it is difficult for the trend to come back anytime there are these dots, when there's this confirmation. So you can look at it. You can see that here it went up, so if your stop loss were here, it was not going to take it. For a sell, if your stop loss was here, you would have been out long ago. It was not going to take it. If your stop loss was here and you placed a buy, it wasn't going to take it. If your stop loss was here and you placed a sell, you will make profit, and it was not going to take your stop loss. But it requires a lot of patience to wait. So for example, this is a fresh reversal. This is a buy. It reversed from selling to a buying trend. So right now this gold is buying, and it will be very difficult for it to take this stop loss here that we have just placed here. So basically this is how you use the parabolic SAR. So the trick with the parabolic SAR is that when you place trade, you need to exercise a lot of patience to wait each dot here, because this is the daily time frame. So each dot here represents a day, a whole day, each dot. So you can imagine the number of days that the market trended. And don't forget, this indicator is best used when market is actually trending. All you need to do is to practice this indicator, exercise a lot of patience, be consistent, and you will be consistent in profit as well. Alright, how do we delete the parabolic SAR on the chart? You can put the cursor on any of the dots, right click, this pops up, and then you click delete indicator, and it's gone. How do we get it back? We go to insert, we go to indicator, because we'll find it in trend. It's a trend indicator. We come to trend, then we take parabolic SAR, and when we take parabolic SAR, we have to make sure that it is in these parameters. The step should be 0.02, the maximum should be 0.2, the style, which represents colors, you can choose any color of your choice, and here you can increase or decrease the font, and you click OK, and here we go. Here parabolic SAR appears on the chart. So basically this is all about the parabolic SAR. Alright, now you'll find out that it's not always that you're going to get it 100%. Like I said, it's 60 to 70% guaranteed profit strategy. And remember, do not trade or do not use this indicator when price is trading in the side. Let me take this. When it's trading like this, when market is consolidating or trading in a range or trading sideways, it is dangerous. So always trade with parabolic when price or prices are trending. Thank you.